whenever you happen to be on. My name is Tiana, and we are going to get into our 30-minute slowish flow. This is going to be a slow stretch. We're going to do a vinyasa, but it is going to be a bit slow. I have been feeling this playlist. I have been playing it like all throughout, and I wanted to also do it here. I think I've done it maybe at least once or twice. So, hello, hello. All right, I see we got Tamisha. Happy Saturday. Good morning. How you been? Hope you're doing well. All right, we're going to slow it down. Now, slow yoga does not mean easy. I'm going to just say that right now. Slow yoga does not mean easy. So we are going to take it slow. Feel free to grab your blocks, keep them handy. But it doesn't mean that it's going to be an easy practice. So yesterday's intention word was rest. Now we got to pick today's intention word. All right. So let's pick today's intention word. Ooh, I feel like that one is perfect for today's practice. Yes. All right. So I'm going to grab rest because rest was yesterday. Today is patience. That's a whole word right there. Patience. Some of us don't have a lot of it. I have grown to have more patience, and I think just saying less. Saying less. That's what I've been growing to do. I see we have my moderator on Twitch. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Yes, let's get those smartwatches going, and we're going to go ahead and get into our practice. So come to a nice comfortable seat. However that looks for you, give yourself a second to land onto the mat. We're going to start with the breath. So nice, slow, intentional, patient breaths today. Take that inhale in through the nose. Gently hold at the top. Exhale out through the nose or mouth, whichever one's available today. Preferably the nose. And inhale, breathe in. And exhale, release. And I want you to take 2 more breaths at your own pace, at your own breath, connecting to your body, mentally arriving here on the mat. And as we begin to invite some movement into this slow flow, I invite you to bring those arms up overhead. Gaze up. Feel that neck start to open. We're always looking down with the tech neck. Let's look up. And let's hinge over to the right side. Let's see, right? Is this my right? This is my right, but is this your right? Let's see. And then back up to center. And over to the opposite side. Ooh. And then back up to center. Exhale, let's remove those hands, lower them down, rolling out your wrists. And let's come to a tabletop position. Taking that tabletop with our knees right underneath of our hips and those wrists right underneath of your shoulders. Feel free to rotate out those hands, especially if there's any wrist pain. We're going to start with our hip circles, so bring your hips down, make your circles. Breathe. And I want you to pause wherever you are. We're going to reverse our circles. I'm loving this playlist. I really am. Let's end with our hips towards our heels. Take a child's pose. Walk your hands out in front. Forehead comes down. Slowly breathe. Now remembering that we're going to take this practice nice and slow. That's why we got this nice slow playlist here. Gaze towards the hands. Let's come up. We're going to take our downward facing dog and slowly pedal our feet. Bending one knee at a time. Really feeling that stretch along the back of your legs, up towards your hips as you press away with your fingertips, pressing towards those heels. And when you feel like you are ready to sink those heels down and bring it to some stillness, shift the weight towards the heels, walk the gaze up towards the belly, draw the navel in. And let's take our forward fold towards the back of the mat. Walk your hands towards your feet, belly on the thigh. This might be our first forward fold of the day. So give yourself the grace. Rock from side to side. Maybe even grab opposite elbows for ragdoll. Releasing that tension in the lower back, shaking your head yes and no. Let's go ahead and release those hands. Press into the feet as we rise all the way up. Bringing those arms up overhead. Press your hips forward. On that exhale, take your hands down. Let's walk to that middle part of our mat. How we doing? How we feeling? Remember, we're going to take this nice and slow. So I want you to give yourself enough room to bring your hands down. We're going to start our sun salutations. Now, we're only going to do 3 of them today for this flow because I want us to, again, do it nice and slow. All right? I wish I could play some Usher. Nice and slow. All right, let's bring our hands down in our mountain pose. Our gaze, our dristi is forward. Slight soft bend into the knees. Inhale, bring those arms up overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, forward fold. Hinge at your hips. Bring your head down. Bring your hands down towards your feet. Take a flat back. Plant your hands. Let's step it back. You can step to tabletop. Or maybe you step to a plank. Wherever you are today, listen to your body. If you're here in your plank and you'd like to take your chaturanga, shift the heels right over the ball of the ankles. And let's slowly lower down. Can you give it a hover? And then begin to push up. Woo. All right. Upward facing dog. And let's push back. Downward facing dog. Surrender here. Surrender your shoulders, your hips. Walking the gaze from the feet to the knees, up towards the belly, tucking your chin. And let's take our forward fold. If you'd like to walk your feet to the front of the mat, you're more than welcome to do so, or the back. Whatever feels good to you. Surrender here in your forward fold. If you'd like to get a little bit deeper into that stretch, let's grab the back of our ankles. And let's begin to take that flat back here. Fold again. Let's step it back. Tabletop or plank, whichever one feels good for you. Listen to your body. This is your practice. Patience, patience. Let's lower down. If you're in chaturanga and you'd like to hover, keep those elbows in. Press up. Untuck the back toes. If you're in your upward facing dog, open up the chest. Yes. Exhale, push back. Downward facing dog. Remember when I said slow doesn't mean easy? This is what I meant. Let's take that forward fold, front or back of the mat, whatever feels good to you. Again, you can hold on to the back of the ankles. Come into that forward fold a little bit deeper. Inhale, let's rise all the way up. Press your hips forward. On that exhale, let's bring it back down. This is our third one. Are you keeping me honest with the count? Keep me honest with the count. Forward fold. Let's take our flat back. Press it back. Again, you can take your plank or maybe that tabletop position, whichever one feels good to you. Listen to your body. And if you'd like to do that chaturanga, feel free. Let's lower down and hover. Keeping those elbows in. On that exhale, let's push up. Whew. Open up your chest. And let's press back on that exhale, downward facing dog. And we're going to stay here. So if you're not in your downward facing dog, feel free to meet me here. Because we're going to lift up that right leg. Let's bend that knee open. Let's make those circles with our knee to the outside of our bodies. Just really open up that hip. Let's reverse our circles. Work out all the snap, crackle, pops. That's all right. And let's keep that knee bent. Bring it through. Let's frame the hands. Let's bring that back knee all the way down. Untuck your back toe. Shift the weight back. You got this. Being mindful of your hip. And let's shift it forward. Staying forward, come all the way down. Again, notice your hip. You're welcome to take your hands onto blocks. So I'm going to demonstrate that. Placing your hands on the blocks so that you can bring the floor a little bit closer to your body. The form is what we care about. We're open up here, right through that hip flexor, right through that hip. See if you can lift the chest. Ooh. Yes. Again, with this slow yoga, we bring that hip down. We're feeling that stretch from the knee up towards the hip. Take another full, deep cycle of breath. Let's gently press back. Half split here. Maybe that heel comes off of, that toe comes off the ground. Heel stays down. Shift it back. Feel that stretch along the back of that front leg. And on that exhale, let's go ahead and press it forward. We're going to tuck that back toe, come off of that back toe. Now we're in our low crescent lunge here. Breathe. If you have your hands on blocks, let's place those blocks off to the side. We're going to place our hands down to frame our foot. Step that front foot back. We're back into our downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. All right, same thing on that opposite leg. Let's lift that opposite leg up. Bend the knee, open it out. Let's start to make our circles here on this side. Now our bodies are not symmetric, so one side may be a little bit better than others. And let's reverse our circle. Working out all those snap, crackle, pops. Keeping that knee bent, let's bring the foot through. Arch the spine, frame the hands. Let's bring that back knee down. Untuck that back toe. Keeping it forward. Again, you're welcome to bring those blocks right back in. This is going to keep you nice and in form. Shifting those hips forward. I'm going to come and bring my mat a little bit over to the side because you may not be able to see everything. I want to make sure that you can see the form. We're bringing that hip down, lifting through the chest. There we go. Breathe. When you breathe, you bring that oxygen to those parts of the body that may still be a little bit tight. Relax your shoulders. Are we ready to come back? Let's shift the weight back. We're not going to bring our toe up yet. Just shifting that weight back. Gently bringing it forward. Come back. Lift through the chest. All right, are you ready now? We're going to do that half split. Let's bring that toe up. Oh, yes. You can walk those blocks back. Whatever feels good for you. Flex that toe. And let's gently come back forward again. Ooh. Let's move our blocks to the side. Frame your hand, tuck the back toe. Push that front foot back, downward facing dog. Pedal your feet. Shift the weight. Let's take our full downward facing dog. Gaze up towards the belly. Let's gaze towards the hands. We walk, step, or jump towards the top of our mat. Come into your forward fold. Now let's start to heel toe our feet out as wide as our mat while we're in that forward fold. Begin to sink your hips down. You can sink those hips down towards the middle, taking our malasana squat. If you'd like to place a block underneath, you can always place a block right underneath. You can take it to the high, medium, or low position if you'd like to get a little bit higher and sit on the block. More than welcome to do so. Listen to your body. So even if you'd like to take it to that mid, take a moment here. Lift through the chest. I'd rather you sit on the block and then lift your chest as you're pressing back your thighs. Remember, this is a slow stretch. We're going to take that right hand down towards the foot, and we're going to sweep that left arm up. Gaze up towards that left hand. Now again, if you're not on a block, you can still do this. Place that left hand down. We're going to go to the opposite side. On that exhale, bring both hands back to prayer, back to center. Maybe notice if your body got a little bit more comfortable here. If you had that block underneath of you, go ahead and place it to the side. We're going to come onto our bottom. Bending your knees with our feet flat on the mat. Bringing those feet closer to the body with our bend into our knees. Let's go ahead and take the soles of the feet to touch, butterfly out the knees. Hold on to our ankles, taking our bound angle pose. Relax your shoulders. Again, bringing your chest forward. We're going to bring those arms, sweep them up overhead. Gently turning to the left. Look behind you. Let's start to twist our bodies. If you happen to be expecting no big twists outside of the knees. Feel that stretch in that shoulder. Gently bring it back up and over to the opposite side. Relax that back shoulder. Unclench your jaw. Gently bring both arms back up to center overhead. On that exhale, hinge forward. And whatever forward looks for you. Maybe you grab your hands, your feet, maybe you grab your shins. Maybe you even place the blocks in front and you hover on the blocks. This is your practice. Patience. Our body may not perform in the way we want it to right away, but that's okay. So you can always take those blocks down. You can hold here, whatever feels good to you. Breathe. And let's slowly come back up. We're gonna take our right leg and we're gonna bring it behind us. We're gonna take that pigeon pose. So we're here already in that bound angle. We're gonna begin to bring that foot behind us. Extend that leg out behind. Start to lower your body down. Taking that pigeon pose here. Now you're welcome to stay up on blocks if that feels more comfortable. You can stay up on your blocks. Just make sure that those hips are centered. You can come down onto your blocks if that feels comfortable. You can take your head down. Breathe. The most important thing is breath. You're welcome to stay just like this, or maybe if you're feeling like you want to extend this stretch and you want to get a little bit of a stretch into your quads, you can bend that back knee. Just gently bend that back knee. You're going to feel that not only in your quads, but then also on your hip. And you can stay just like this, or maybe you start to bring that back hand and hold on. So whichever way you can lift yourself up. Breathe. You can just have the knee up. You don't even have to reach back. You can stay just like this. Maybe you don't want to reach back and grab that foot. Whatever feels good for you. You can start to kick into that foot into your hand if you're holding on. Give a little resistance. And slowly release. We're going to bring that back foot back around. And we're going to take the opposite leg back. So sweeping that opposite leg back. Extend that leg behind you. Readjust. We got to even out our bodies. Now this may be a difficult pose. Feel free to readjust. And whatever feels good to you, you can also take pigeon on your back. You can lower your body down in whatever way that serves you today. Feel free to start to adjust your hips to center. You'll notice if you're leaning onto one side or the other. And the same thing on this side. Again, opposite sides may vary, but you may want to start to bend into that knee. So you can bend that knee. You can rise up. And maybe this side may be different. You can reach back. You can grab that foot. You can kick into that back foot. Whatever feels good to you. Take another full cycle of breath in whatever posture that serves you today. And let's slowly begin to release that leg. And instead of bringing it back around, we're going to twist into that side and we're going to come onto our back. Hug your knees into your chest. Give it a rock from side to side. Let's begin to take our bridge pose. I'm going to move my blocks up just a second from my head. Take your feet down, knees bent. Taking our bridge pose, walking our heels towards our glutes. You can take those fingertips down towards the heels, or maybe draw those elbows in with our hands in a slight fist towards the ceiling. I want you to press into your feet and lift your hips. Now you're welcome to place those hands down onto the mat or elbows in, whichever one feels good to you. And wherever you are, see if you can lift those hips up a little bit higher. Notice if those knees are starting to come out, and just slowly make sure they're parallel with the body. See if you can lift up a little bit higher. And on that exhale, slowly release. Lower back comes in contact with the mat. Give it a windshield wiper rock from side to side. We're going to set up for bridge one more time. Walking those heels in, toes are tracking towards the back of your mat. Bring your hands in whatever position that feels good. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Relax the head, neck, and shoulders. See if you can press up a little bit higher. And again, press up a little bit higher. And on that exhale, let's release. Lower back comes in contact, windshield wiper the knees. We're going to draw that right knee in towards our chest, lowering down our left. Gently crossing that knee, supine twist over the body. Look away from your knee. Look back towards that back hand. Extend that back hand out to a T. Take a full cycle of breath. Slowly come back onto your back, bringing that knee back into the chest. Take an inhale in, exhale, swap out the legs. And let's begin to take this leg, supine twist, over to the opposite side. Look away from your knees. And let's slowly come back onto our back, hugging that knee in. We're going to extend that foot up towards the ceiling. Flex the toe back towards you. Point the toe up. Rotate the ankle. Pause, rotate the opposite way. And then we're going to turn that foot out to the side. Turn that foot out to the side. Slowly lower that leg out to the side. Maybe it's 3 o'clock, maybe it's 9 o'clock. And let's sweep that leg down towards the opposite foot and lower it down. Bringing your opposite leg up, holding up the ceiling, flexing your toe towards your body. Point, flex, and rotate. Rotate the opposite way. Let's point that foot towards the outside and let's bring it down. 3 or 9. Lower that foot all the way down. Give it a stretch overhead as if your body was just waking up in the morning. And on that exhale, I want you to take any position that feels good to you. So maybe it's knees into the chest. Maybe it's happy baby pose. Maybe it's plow. Maybe it's bridge again. Any pose that feels good for you. I want you to take another 5 breaths in whatever pose that feels good. Today I'm going to go with happy baby. And when you're ready, we're going to take our Shavasana, our final pose of our practice. Feel free to take that knees bent. Maybe take bound ankle and you can bring and butterfly out your knees. Or maybe you take those legs all the way down for our corpse pose. Taking hand to heart and hand to belly. Taking a full cycle of breath. Releasing tension from the toes and the ankles. Softening our fingers. Melting our shoulders into the mat. Gently unclenching our jaw and relaxing our eyes. Taking a nice inhale in and exhale out. And as we patiently give ourselves permission for stillness and reflection, we're going to take the next 2 breaths in silence. But don't worry, I'll be here holding space. And as gently as we came into our practice, we start to invite awareness into our body, into the space around us. Wiggling our fingers and our toes. Hug your knees into your chest one at a time until both come in. And let's gently roll over to one comfortable side. Cradle your head. Let's use that top hand to push yourself up into any comfortable position that feels good for you. Taking your hands to heart center with your thumbs to your chest. I want you to thank yourself for showing up for you today. Thanking your body for showing up and supporting you in the practice today. And I thank you for allowing me to be a part of your day. Thank you for spending your time and your energy. And I cannot wait to practice with you again. Remember to take this energy with you off the mat and share it with others, because energy is infectious and we want to share the good stuff. Until next time, namaste. All right. I hope you enjoyed that. I just want to give it a little rock. How did you enjoy the music? All right. I've been enjoying this music. It is on YouTube and it says free, and I haven't had YouTube yell at me about copyright. So feel free to look it up. It is by Rumdilla, so feel free to look that up, all right? I thank you so much for being here, being a part of the practice. I see we got so many people on. If you enjoyed it, go ahead and give it that thumbs up. I tell you, we got my moderators working hard. Thank you so much, Tamisha. I tell you, thank you. All right, the intention word, yes, is patience. I thank you so much for being here. Mic Check Media, hello. Yes, we get that. But my moderators be on it. Shout out to my moderators. Shout out, Hey Comes With The Plate. Happy Saturday. All right, we're going to get on out of here. If you don't do anything else, guess what? You accomplished something. Even if it's a Saturday chill, even if you're going to bed, whatever it is, we in here. I thank you so much for being part of the practice, and I will see you next time, same place. All right, peace out.